Okay, let's do some dividing with mixed numbers now. We're going to do, I think, maybe 4 problems, and you can do them alongside with me or pause the video, do them, and then check the answers. Both ways would be fine. Okay, so our first one, let's say we have 2 3/10, and we're going to divide that by 1/2. So notice that this first is a mixed number, and then the second is going to be just a proper fraction. So, just like in multiplication, when we were multiplying with mixed numbers, we want to first convert that to an improper fraction and then do what we need to do to finish the problem. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take that 10, and I'll go ahead and write it out with this first problem. So 10 times 2 plus 3, and that will be over 10. And then when we evaluate all of that, that's going to be 20 plus 3 is 23/10 divided by 1/2. Okay, now for the future problems, and hopefully you're able to do this somewhat in your head now, because we've been doing quite a few with multiplication problems, that you could maybe skip this step in the middle, but if it still helps you to write things out, then please do so. Okay, now with our last problem, what we did is we flipped the second fraction and then we changed the division to a multiplication problem, and we're going to do the same thing. So again, just rewrite your first fraction, so that's 23/10 times 2/1. Remember, taking the reciprocal is basically flipping the places, so the 2 is now in the numerator and the 1 is now in the denominator. Before multiplying, you always want to see if you can reduce, and it looks like we can. 2 goes into the 10 5 times, and of course 2 goes into 2 1 time. And so we could go ahead and just multiply straight across. That's going to give us 23/5. Notice again, this is improper. So improper means we need to convert to a mixed number, and we're basically saying how many times does 5 go into 23. And if you want to do a side math problem, that's fine. If you can do this part in your head, that's fine too. Basically 5 goes into 20 4 times, and then mentally, if I'm subtracting 20 from 23, I have 3 left over, and the 5 will continue to be the denominator. Let's do another one. In this second example, we're going to take 1 7/16, and we're going to divide this by a whole number. Divide by 2. So whenever you see a whole number and you're working with fractions, you want to go ahead and convert that to a fraction by basically just putting a 1 underneath that. So you could rewrite it, or you could just do something like that, and that would be okay, because we're going to be changing things up some more anyway. Again, we want to convert this to an improper fraction. So 16 times 1 is 16 plus 7. That's going to be 23/16 divided by 2/1. Okay, now I'm going to flip and multiply. So again, 23/16 times 1/2. It doesn't look like I can reduce, so I'm just multiplying straight across. 23/32. And I know I can stop here because the numerator is smaller. This is a proper fraction, so I don't need to convert it to a mixed number. Okay, now the third problem, we're going to divide a mixed number by a mixed number. So in this one, we have 3 1/4. We'll divide that by 1 3/12. So I'll go ahead and convert these to improper fractions, and then we'll do what we need to do to complete the problem. So that's going to be 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13/4. And we have 12 times 1 is 12, plus 3 is 15/12. Now I'm going to flip and multiply. So 13/4 times 12/15. Now, let's see, can we reduce at all here? It looks like we can. It looks like the 4 will go into the 12 3 times. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite that. 4 divided by 4, of course, is going to be 1. And it also looks like I can reduce, again, 3 will go into 15 5 times, and of course 3 will go into 3 once. So we've got 13 times 1 is 13, and 1 times 5 is 5. And then if I reduce that, 5 goes into 10 or 13 2 times, and then I have 3 left over. So 2 3/5, it looks like. Okay, last problem. I'm going to flip this over and let's see what we get. We're going to start out with another mixed number divided by a mixed number. So in this problem, we'll have 2 2/3 divided by 2 1/2. Okay, and let's go ahead and convert these. So that's going to be 6 plus 2 is 8, 8/3. And then 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5, 5/2. Then I'm going to flip and multiply, so 8/3 times 2/5. Doesn't look like I can reduce, so 8 times 2 is 16, 3 times 5 is 15. This, however, is improper, so 15 goes into 16 one whole time with 1 left over. So 1 1/15.